this stuff adjusted. Okay, got one. Hey Braxis, welcome. We're gonna chat for a bit, and then we'll turn on the spirit box. Hey old hippie, welcome. Man, I got this out here. You can put it on the wall over there. See it? Put that up for a little bit. Hey Belinda, welcome. I'm doing all right. Just a slow day. Well, not really slow, but didn't go out and do anything. I had this planned for tonight, so the mornings are just getting too cold to get out. Well, 6 weeks ago, it'd be great getting out, and I'd have to get done before 9 o'clock in the morning because it got too hot. Now it's like I gotta wait until afternoon because it's too cold. See how many come in. Yeah. I can't move. Get out here in the cold and it's like my hands don't want to work. My shoulders, knees, and ankles are screaming. They're on strike. So I do something here to get this a little bit better here. Oh, too bright. Let's do this right here. There we go. Let's have it on low. Not quite as grainy now. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. We got 1, 2, 3, 3 in chat so far. 5 on the stream. Yeah, it's a little bit cool. It's not too bad right now. I can get by with just a polo shirt on. Trying to get the chair adjusted a little bit. Yeah, I just got my vape. Actually, I found another tank that I had today as a top fill. So I can have this one and my other Atlantis take the same size atomizer. So I don't have to buy two. Kind of put the Cleto back for now. Let it sit so I don't have to go buy a box of each. Well, yeah. The steady here. So is your old hippie, is your sunroom heated or is it just sun heated? Just a little bit more here. Oh, you share? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get this out on social media. Crank it up a few more watts. portable oil heaters. Portable heaters out here, you can't burn the oil heaters. It's got to be electric, or like if you go camping, you got camping equipment. It's a propane, but they don't do the oil. Hey, Center Stars, welcome. They don't do the oil out here anymore. We used to have the orange orchards would have the smudge pots, and that would run off of heating oil, but they outlawed that. Can't do it no more. It's a fine. They just basically use those in the winter. That way the oranges wouldn't freeze. Oh, okay. I know what the kind you're talking about. They look like a little radiator. Yeah, we got those here where you plug in and it's got like oil inside, but it doesn't burn. It doesn't burn the oil. Hey, Wonder Pup, welcome. How are you doing tonight? I've been taking stuff out of the apartment today and loading up a trailer. I mentioned it before. My daughter came down here for a while. She came down with a mini SUV, cram-packed full, and then when she left, she only had like 2 suitcases. So, the stuff's been sitting in my studio, right in the way. Hey, Lip Girl, welcome. Been sitting in the studio, right in the way, for 2.5 years. When she left, she told me, "Oh, I'll be back in a week or 2 and get all the rest of my stuff." 2.5 years later, still here. But I told her last summer, I said, "You got a little bit more time." I said, "I'm just going to start throwing this stuff away." So that's what's happening now. I told her that a year ago, so it's all getting thrown away, put in a trailer and hauled off to the dump. I just wonder, is there anybody here from Texas? Or there's another storm moving that direction. They're messing with their windows. Maybe it's just birds up in the tree. At least there's not people over there walking around in the dark. Yeah, I've seen a few videos talking about the flooding in Texas, and then there's more water coming. There's a hurricane supposed to hit in Texas. I'm not sure what they're talking about, Cat 1, Cat 2. With the way they've been going, I think they've been modified somehow, using some weather manipulation or something. That last one that hit Florida was supposed to be a Cat 2, maybe, and kind of at the last minute, it's like maybe it'll get up to a Cat 3. Well, shit, it was almost a Cat 5, just 1 or 2 miles an hour away from a Cat 5. So Hey, little girl, how was your day today? Was it dry or was it rainy? Okay, we've got 12 people in here now. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and do so. This just a little bit better here. There we go. Hey, Bridget, welcome. Good to see you in here. So how's it over there in the land down under, Bridget? I hear you've been getting some major hailstorms in that area. Big time hail taking out, was it goats, taking out kangaroo? Taking out crops just before they're ready to harvest. Hey, Ray the fam, welcome. So we just want to make sure Bridget stays out of hailstorms. I don't even know how big. Hey, Diana, welcome. Don't know how big the hail is over there, but if it's taking out kangaroo, it's something pretty serious. Okay, we got a bunch more came in here. We got here. Hey, Sandy Wolflet, welcome. ACJS Exploring, welcome. Oh, don't crash. Belinda. So I know it's got to be cold out. Well, in most places tonight. If you're in the northern U.S., then yeah, it's going to be pretty cold. I hope you got all your winter clothes out from storage and in the closets. Yeah, let's hope until YouTube decides to mess up. I want to check on something here real quick before I run my big mouth. Come on. There we go. Hey, Paranormal Circle, welcome. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. I was smoking 2 pounds of tobacco a month. Now, I just gave it up and started vaping. Trying to check on something here. Well, it's not working for me. Try this. I want to check on something before I say anything. Okay, yeah, it's still there. Hey, Pokey, welcome. Yeah, I finally actually broke 500 last night. This. Broke 500 last night. Well, I use this. Go ahead and show it. It's not a product endorsement or replacement. It's Texas Rebel Juice. And this one here is banana nut bread. I got a little bit of apple pie left, but I got the banana nut bread. So how you doing, Pokey? How's it over in the middle of the Pacific? Are you doing good? I was there at one time when I was in the Army. About a year and a half out there in Pearl Harbor. What's weird is I check out Google Maps and it's like totally different. Yeah, 500. It kept me hanging. I was like, I'd be sitting at 499 or 498, and then I'd get a notification of a new subscriber, and it went up to 499, and then I'd get another notification that I got a subscriber, and I'd go look just to see, put them up. No, 499. Another subscriber, still sitting at 499. And I'm like, what the hell? Come on, people. YouTube, what's up? Yeah, 499 plus 1 is not 499. Downloading? You mean uploading a video of Devil's Night? I seen that where you went live. I think it was this morning. It might have been last night. I'm not sure. Where you were going live, and I went to hit it, and it was like, you were already done. I'm like, well, damn. Yeah, let grow. Don't give them any ideas, because I think they watch. But right now, where I'm at is I got my truck between him. And here's the back of the truck. There's the garage. So really, he can't see me right now if he looks over this way, because I'm sitting in a chair right here. Well, thanks, Bridget. Yeah, I finally did it. I just wanted to make sure they didn't take it away before I'm like, hey, check it out, man, I get 500, and you go in there, it's like 499 again. Hey, Mike Earl, welcome. Oh, okay. Well, that's where it came from then. I was watching, I'm not sure if it was just before or just after, I was watching Hazel. I think it was like hella early in the morning. It was probably something like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning here. So it was a little bit later where she's at, but she had music and she was dancing with her snake, and then all of a sudden it looked like the phone went flying. You could hear something, and it looked like the phone went flying, and it was just like you get the circle that just goes around and round and round, and it did that for a little bit, and it just went to rewatch. So I'm not sure what happened. If she dropped the phone in the tank, because she's getting ready to put the snake away. So yeah, actually 5:01, and it's been that way for almost 24 hours. So we'll just see if it goes up or if YouTube starts screwing around again. Your back arrows aren't working. Oh, you're probably watching on your computer. 'Cause I don't even use them on this. I'll just let it roll, and if I want something else, I'll just go back into my little feed menu and look over for the live streams or something. Thanks, Ray. I don't know. I just looked here a second ago, and it said 5:01. That's why I made sure I looked before I said anything. Oh, Hazel? Because she had the radio going. She said she was going to delete the video, but maybe that's what somebody did. They hit her for copyright before she could delete it. I never have the radio going. And when I do go out and I'm going to do live away from here, I try to make sure that it's going to be a place where there's not a whole lot of people. Yeah, Hazel. Because she had the radio going and she was like dancing to the music and had her snake around her neck, and so that's why I don't go live unless I can find a place where I'm out away from a lot of people. Shoot, even when I was doing videos in some cemeteries, I had one guy, he was walking through and he had his cell phone going, and he sits there and unplugged it. He made sure he unplugged it. He was walking through the cemetery and turned the volume all the way up. So, I mean, really couldn't understand what song was playing, but hey, Panic D, welcome. Yep. And not only on this phone here, but whoops. Well, yeah, I screwed it up now. I got this phone here. I can watch. Yep. Well, Pokey, it is an old name. If you actually go back, I think that was Gumby. Gumby had an orange horse or an orange pony, and it was named Pokey too. I mean, I didn't do an advance where I go in and I set a time to start. I didn't do that. I just went live. Oh, okay, we got Ray the Fam and Ray the Fam Paranormal. Oh, that's right. You got the other that other channel too. I forgot all about it. I started thinking, oh, did he have Paranormal onto his name? It's like, no. I remember you mentioned you got the other one too. Yeah, Gumby. I used to watch a little animated show, and it always tripped me out how it's like instead of having him walk, he would just like stand on one leg and kick the other leg up, and then they just start sliding across the ground. I used to like that Gumby and Pokey, and then I got a Gumby. My mom ordered me one from. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there used to be a guy in a truck that would come through the neighborhood, and he was a Jewel T-Man, and they had like freaking everything. I mean, it wasn't just tea. They had toys. They had, I mean, all kinds of irons, and I mean, you name it, you could order it, and the guy would deliver it right to the door. And that's where I got my Gumby from, was the Jewel T-Man, way back in, I'm going to say probably before the first moon landing. Hey Francis, welcome. Was hoping you'd make it in tonight. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, old hippie. Now you sent me that. You couldn't be here on the for late. Well, I know you missed the card reading, but you can always go back and check it out. It's kind of a longer one. I usually try to when I do card readings and stuff, plan between an hour to an hour and a half. And this one happened. I was getting close to an hour and a half. It's like, okay, I'll go a little bit more, and then more people started showing up, wanting a reading. So I ended up going 2 hours, a good solid 2 hours. And I actually remember, not only was there Jewel T-Man, but like, I don't even think I was just barely maybe 3 years old, but the milkman would actually put milk. He'd come twice a week and put milk on the porch. But that's when we were, well, this area was like way, way out in the country at that point. I mean, it's still kind of out in the country. You don't have a lot of housing. You got some building up out here. And what used to be fields is now, oh God, I don't know. There's industrial complexes out there, but we're at like 130,000 population right now here. And it's like 30,000. Actually, it was a little under. I think it was, I'm trying to remember the earliest signs when I first started driving. I remember it was 26,000. When I started driving, it was about 30,000. Now it's like 130,000. Down to Oh, what you should have done, Sean, is had her distract him, and then, real quick, I say, no, I was just stretching my arm. I didn't touch it. Dust it for prints. Yeah, I think she could have distracted him. Well, this is supposed to be on silent, but... Oh, hey, check it out. We got Bob Dylan in the house. Are you the Bob Dylan? Whoop. Banging everything around here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please go ahead and do so. But yeah, you should have just... You should have had her distract the security. And touch it, because that would have been... You would have been one of the very few... is it actually... Is it the actual capsule, or was it one of the backups that they had if they needed? So you'd cry, lit girl? See, what I did is, I did to my sister, is both of us were adopted, and we knew it, you know, that we were adopted, and this is gonna be kind of funny, but she would, her nationality is like French, so she's like really pale, you know, you know, pale complexion and all that. But we were out for a drive. We used to take drives on the weekends sometimes, and we were going through Porterville. And my mom told my sister, she's like, okay, this is where you're from. And my sister was like, where's this? And she said, Porterville. So, okay. And, you know, some time went by, and me and my sister were talking one day, and I'm like, she's like, oh, I can't remember where mom said I was from. And I go, you're from Puerto Rico, don't you remember? We were out driving around that one day, and we were in Puerto Rico. And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I do kind of remember that. So, so she was thinking that she was Puerto Rican. And, let's see, what's this? It's in Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it is a real one. Anyway, I told her that, yeah, you're from Puerto Rico. So yeah, she was like, she'd be talking to people, and she'd be talking to, like, adults, teachers and stuff from the school, and she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm adopted," and they're like, "Oh, okay, that's nice, that's nice," and she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican," and they'd like get this really weird look, and they'd sit there and look at her like all pale, and she's like blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican," and she did that for years. And I guess eventually she forgot about it, but yeah, she was going on for years telling people, it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Puerto Rican," and they'd be like looking at her like, okay. "Oh, you are Puerto Rican?" So yeah, that's what I told her. Um, that's what she was, because she just remembers the town starting with or the place starting with a P. So that's why I threw. Then there's like, "Yeah, you're Puerto Rican." Bridget, you need to hang washing. Sorry, it's kind of summertime. Well, summertime for you over there. I'm trying to get this. Oh hell yeah! That's what I do. Some of my stuff, I hang it up, like my shirts and like underwear, socks, towels. I'll go ahead and dry those, but like my shirts, pants, all that, I'll run it for 5-10 minutes just to get it to fluff up real good in the warm air. Then I'll bring it in there, and I'll just put it out on hangers and let it hang dry. San Juan. I'm not sure where that's at. San Juan. Yeah, I'm not sure where San Juan is. We got so many sands around here. What? San Diego, Santa Barbara, San Jose. Kind of lose track of where all the other ones are at. Oh, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Okay. Damn. There we go. I remember why I put this thing down. Put it away. Oh, I did? Outstanding. Yeah, that's kind of figured when I seen Goned, I figured it was like gained. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. I'm doing a little bit here as I'm gonna bust out the okay, that's the battery. speaker over there. I'm trying to do this one letter at a time on the phone. So it's like I gotta go slow. So if I have something long to say, it takes forever and a day. I'll be using this speaker instead of that other one I got in the mail. I'm gonna kind of save it just for the cemeteries. And then we got the this little laser grid, but I got the I bought this with it. It's like $5 for a little round piece of rubber, just so it'll hold the on button down. Looks like my chat's froze up here. Hey, Nightshade, welcome. Eric is 3 hours late. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I saw your Instagram earlier today. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was wondering what was going to happen. I kept bouncing between 448 and 449. Oh, 6,900. Yeah. I mean, really, Nightshade. I'm thinking you should be like closer to like 10,000. Seriously. You should really be close to 10,000 or more. But yeah, I was sitting at like 447, 448, and I'd be like 2 away, and I'd see, okay, I got 2 subscriptions, and I'd go check, because I wanted to see that 500, and it'd be like, I'd go from 448, or 498, to 497, even though I had 2 new subscribers. And I was like, oh man, what? Because they did that to me at 450. They wouldn't let me go over. I'd go over, and then I'd drop way back down, and I mean, one day I went up 2 subscribers, and then I went down, gained 2, and then lost 10. So I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? So yeah, I saw your Instagram earlier. I didn't put anything up on Instagram today. Thought about it, but I spent most of the day pulling crap that's been sitting in there, and not only did I have my daughter's stuff, but I went from a 2-bedroom with a big garage to a studio, so it was like just moving in was a major downsize. So I still got too much in there. So my landlord brought her trailer over and said, load it up, I'll take it to the dump. I'm going to load that bad boy up. I never tried blueberry. Well, I did try a blueberry flavor before, but it wasn't really what I was expecting, so I stayed with my banana nut bread. But I'm going to be ordering some more e-juice. I might get I might try some blueberry, because I like to have at least one tank every now and then. A little different flavor, kind of mix things up a little bit. Hey, Groovy Blue, welcome. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please go ahead and do so. Yeah, what I did is I had a wood pipe, a Dr. Grabo wood pipe, and I'd go and I'd get the 1 pound bag of tobacco, and I'd go through 1 pound of tobacco every 2 weeks. So I was going through 2 pounds a month, and I couldn't walk. I mean, I couldn't even get 100 yards, and I'd have to stop and catch my breath. So it's like I couldn't do nothing. So I just one day, a friend of mine, actually a lady who works on, used to work on my computers, she's like, well, why don't you go get it? So I just went and got a little, the Camry, the little stick. I mean, they really didn't even have the box mods yet, because this was like 4 years ago. And I got that, and the day I brought it home, I'm like, threw the tobacco aside, and the next day, and I had just bought a brand new bag, probably a couple of days before that, tobacco, so I just gave it away. I said, here, you know what? Take this bag, you can have it. And I just started vaping. And then I was probably about a week into vaping, and I went to Santa Fe Station, and my battery went dead, and I didn't have an extra battery, so somebody's like, well, here, you can have a cigarette. And I sit there, and I lit it, and I took one puff, and I almost fucking threw up. Serious. It was that bad. It was like, oh, God, this is nasty. And I took a few more hits, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm good. I don't want to throw everything up. So I just kind of, there it goes. I'll just wait till I get home and put another battery in. It was a little stick. I don't know what a little stick. A little Siggy. It was a Camry. It was a mod. Hey Tim, welcome. Hope everything's getting better for you there. It was well, yeah, a little nicer stick mod. You could adjust the size. You could take and you could either use a 18650 battery or the 18350 batteries, and you just screw it and adjust the handle. But I got tired of having to change a single battery all the time on that. And I just started getting box mods. They're regulated, so it's going to be consistent. First hit to the last hit. Oh, okay, the Clue Tube. I missed some of those because I haven't been getting the notifications. The last one I seen is where Nancy was supposed to start answering phones. You said that's where she was arrested. She has to answer phones. That's the last one I seen. But you have a good evening, Panic. I'll be watching for that next video coming out. You were joking? Actually, it wasn't a little stick. It was. These were monsters. They're like that big around and probably about 8-9 inches long. They were good size. Oh, okay. 4 milligrams. Okay. That's how you got Well, I was smoking the full flavor tobacco when I went to the 12, right to the 12 nicotine. But I had the place where I was getting my juice from was it was most of it today you get it to 70-30. I was getting like a 60-40 and then sometimes the 50-50. So I had that PG to really give me like the throat hit, and that really helped. Helped even though I was getting less nicotine, I was getting that throat hit from the PG. Okay, I'll do that, Panic. I'll wait till, well, yeah, probably tomorrow morning, because when I'm done with this here, I'm going to start the spirit box, and I'll go for a little bit on that. After I'm done here, I'm going to be loading stuff back up in the trailer again. I don't even know what time it is right now. Oh, okay. It's only a little after 9. I'm going to kind of flip this around a little bit here. You know what, I'm just going to do this right now. And then I'll turn it over. Give me a chance to get up and move stuff around.
Bluetooth already opened.
And I think what I'm going to do is I'm
waiting for Bluetooth connecting.
Get this. Where'd it go? There we go.
Now is Oxy mode.
Flip this around. There's my Mountain Dew. This is the good stuff made with real sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. Is that a child's voice that I heard a second ago? I'm not sure if anybody else heard that. Is the box loud enough, or do you need it louder? Okay. I got this one a while back. Okay, shot up to the yellow. Can someone touch the meter? Make it go to orange? I'm going to adjust the volume just a little bit here. So it's going to get loud for a second. Hey, welcome, Jamie. Welcome, Craig. Can you take the meter up to yellow? Just a little bit more. That's an odd sound. Okay, there we go. Pretty yellow. There we go. Thank you, spirits. You go ahead and play with that meter. Take it up to yellow. You can even take it up to orange. Next color light is orange. When you say your name into the box, that's a deep voice. Can you take the lights on the meter back up to yellow again? Lily, are you here with us? Lily, can you touch that meter and take it up to orange? You did it before. Okay, it's going up to yellow. Can you take it up to the orange? You've done it before. maybe the battery's up. My grid lights are dead battery, I think. There we go. Well, it wasn't working, now it's working, so I think they're just low batteries. I guess we'll use that next time. I'll put some fresh batteries in there. I had them going for constant full a couple hours previously. Your dad came through, Jamie? Yeah, is that you, Lily? We'd like to hear from you tonight. Lily, can you take that up to the orange light? Lily, can you tell me the little boy's name that's here? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Tap the like button. Hey, Unique Customs, welcome. Right now I got the round speaker sitting on a metal tailgate, so I hope that's not causing too much reverb. I could run in and get a little mouse pad if that would help. Just let me know, and I could do that. thanks guys. Rogue Exploration, welcome. How many spirits are trapped on this property? How many of you are bound here? If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Okay. I know it at least went to yellow at that one. I don't know if it hit the orange. Can you do that again? Can you take the meter up to orange? Okay, that meter's feeling kind of unloved. If these spirits want to make the lights come on, show it a little appreciation. Okay, thank you. Hey Christine, welcome to the stream. Are there any child spirits here? grab a trigger object for child strip, and I'll be right back. Go ahead, speak. There's some toys. Here's a dinosaur. This here. We have a bobblehead. You got a big dinosaur right there. Puts the toys and makes it. You can make this head move. Okay, spirits. They might know already. I'm sure they're reading the screen. But Kim's not here anymore. But if you have a message, you can say the message this will record the message, and Tim can go back later, and he can hear it. Just for reference, timestamp, 1 hour, 24 minutes, 40 seconds. You can touch the toys. There's any child spirits here. You can touch those toys and play with them. You can also touch that meter to make the lights come on. Sound like it's got a hello. Hello, spirit. There you go. Can you make the meter go up to the yellow? Okay, that's a good job. I saw that. Is the little boy spirit here? So, can you tell me your name, please? Can you make the meter light up? You do it again. Thank you. Can you take it to the orange? are here with us tonight. Who is the little boy in the sailor suit that has been seen? How old is he? Is the little boy's name Curtis? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I just moved it. I just felt it was too far away from the edge. So I moved it, and now the spirit's going to get to it. Plastic roll toy. Go back. There we go. Oh wait. Okay. Then it went to red. Seems like when I touch this, the red. If you want to play with it, I won't touch it. Go ahead, you can play with it now. Move it around, see if a little bit more into frame there. Can you move that? Can you move the toy's head? Good. You can roll this toy if you want. You can just push on the front and make it roll back a little bit. You're getting rid of the yellow. Can you take it up one more to the orange? You did it just a minute ago. Take it up to the orange. Sorry, Spirit. I'm just going to move it up here. It's still going to be close for you. Okay, there you go. Keep talking, Spirit. Okay, Jamie, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you typing into the chat. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here. Probably just going to take this and keep going for a little bit more. The spirits are active right now. Keeps going off. And it's like I'm touching it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, spirits, you can touch it. Yeah, I've seen it. The orange flicker. I don't know if it showed up on the camera. You can take it up to the orange. You have a good night, Jamie, and thanks for coming in. Lily, if you're here, say your name. You give it a big push and take it to the red. Please take the meter to the red if you can. If you touch the bobblehead, the head will move. You can make the head move. I tell you, all you gotta do is take the head and just touch it and it'll move. Gotta make a mental note these batteries were going dim the last time. So I'm gonna change the batteries every hour and a half in the grid light pin. And they're not cheap batteries. I'll put the Energizer's in there. Of course, something might have pulled on it too that night. How many child spirits are here right now? 13 or 15. I couldn't tell. 2? Okay. Spirits, can you make it go to orange? You've done it a few times tonight. Okay, Spirit, I'm going to turn off the box in a couple of minutes. Here's your chance to speak. Okay, Spirits, I want to thank you for speaking with us tonight. We're going to go back to chat for a little bit. There's some other things I want to bring up and discuss that I heard about today. Can you say bye? Okay, thank you, Spirits. Bye-bye. You have a nice night. Okay, there's that. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, Spirits. There we go. Just back around. There we go. I'll turn right back over here. There we go. Not quite as grainy. Wrong way. There we go. Now, there's something else that was okay. Thanks, old hippie. Actually, Vanessa, no, I have no interest in that. That's not a big deal to me anymore. I grew out of that over 30 years ago. And yeah, I still get a bunch of those. Where you get those friend requests on Facebook. And they always got that high angle, so like you can see a face and as much cleavage as you can fit into the picture. So I already know what those are. I just delete. Some of them are more discreet. But yeah, when you go in there and it's like, watch us dance or porn, it's like, okay, delete, delete, delete. But something I was seeing is one place is in the U.S. a reflection off glass. I seen a light floating in the tree, just a fire extinguisher glass, a reflection from light from somewhere, not over here. Um, there was a hole that opened in the ground, and there was like flame shooting out of it. And there was no utility lines, no gas lines, no power lines, no nothing in that area. Okay, thanks for coming in, Groovy Blue. You have a good night. Leah, welcome. Leah and Ladybug. You've been there listening? So you heard quite a bit, Leah, you heard quite a bit coming over the spirit box. Great. Um, yeah, there was that place that was a round circle, and somehow they got the fire put out. But it was it might be Indonesia. I'm not sure. I'm not clear on that. But there's been some cracks opening in the ground, and fire shooting up. And there's like no gas line, utility lines in the area. There's cracks opening up, and it's getting hot. And then all of a sudden, there's flames shooting out of the cracks in the ground. So I don't know if that might be some volcanic activity, and they're just not familiar with it, or it's been dormant for thousands of years. But I mean, it's happening in various places around the world, so it's kind of trippy. I don't know if anybody else has caught any of that. Scroll all this up. I stopped using the chat on here. I was using it on my other phone, but the batteries are getting like way low on that. Okay, I'm all caught up now. I just thought it was kind of interesting. A lot of... Can't wait for the racer to go by. Hey, Kimberly, welcome. Okay, it's down the road now. Yeah, they say, but it's like every day gets closer to Yellowstone. Eventually, it has to. It's like the big one in California. I live in California, and it's like I've been hearing about the big one all my life. So it's been hearing about that for a long time, and it's just kind of like, yeah, eventually it will happen, but you hear about it all the time. Everybody's talking about the big one, the big one. Eventually it's going to happen. Will I see it? I don't know. Because science predict in the next 20 years, there's going to be a major earthquake in California. Well, define major. And if you keep saying 20 years, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years, or 10 years, and keep adjusting it a little bit, but you keep saying it, yeah, it's going to happen. Eventually it will happen. And scientists will go, yes, we predicted this. It's like, yeah, you've been predicting 10 years to 20 years for the last 100 years. So, yeah, you're going to be right. Hey, Atlantis, welcome. You're still on the phone. I mean, you're watching this on the mobile phone, or you're talking on the phone and watching this? Because I'm on my phone here also, but I failed to charge my other one up. Kimberly, welcome. Yes, hit the like button. Oh, we got 31 likes. That's awesome. That matches. So I set that record the other night. 31 likes during a live stream. Can we take it to 32 tonight? That would be awesome if we could. Yeah, we have no idea what's coming. The storms seem to be more hurricanes this year, but I've been watching uh, like more they call it solar weather, galactic weather, and the UV has been higher than normal all summer long. So there's going to be more moisture in the air. Surface temperatures in the ocean are going to be warmer. I mean, usually where you have a UV of like, which normally would say run 9 or 10, and certain times of the year was actually, instead of 9 or 10, it was bouncing between 11 and 13 every day. So that means roads are going to get hotter, concrete's going to get hotter, surface water is going to get hotter, it's going to be warmer, and it's actually been street signs that the UV rays have been bleaching street signs. That was another photograph I've seen of, like undercover cop cars have the light bars in the back window, and they're kind of low profile. But yeah, some of those were melting. They were getting soft and melting from the UV rays. Mars Twerky Drones, welcome. I'm doing good. Just a little chilly here, but I'm doing good. Let me pause that. There we go. I know what I can do. Get this over here. Just plug this in here a second. If I can. There we go. Let's plug my external battery into that one. And I'm still good on this one. I think we need to watch out because I think hurricane season might go a little bit more. And I just caught a quick glimpse earlier today. And looks like there's a lot of storms still out in the ocean. If they really continue to form and go, it looks like there's one coming in, going to be making landfall in Texas, which is kind of messed up because I was looking in and they got floods in Texas. Everybody knows about it, but the map I was seeing, it was up away from the coastline. It was like up kind of towards the top, and then part of the Panhandle and what is that, Oklahoma, all up in that area. And then the coastline wasn't flooding. And I seen that 2 or 3 days ago, and I was thinking, okay, watch. There's going to be a big storm roll in and hit the coastline. So you'll have almost all of Texas flooded or being drenched by another storm. And that looks like it's on the way. And then further South America, I know they're going to be hammered a little bit more. There's going to be some more big storms hitting them. Yeah. Okay, old hippie. Bridget, one of these days, Bridget's going to have to do a video on Vegemite. Show us Americans how you're supposed to eat Vegemite. What the heck? That was weird. I guess, I mean, the day of the internet here. I'll try to get this plugged in over here real quick before it. Oh, come on. Well, if I can get. Okay, there we go. Okay. Got my external battery plugged in. Okay, I take it Belinda does not like Vegemite. Bridget likes Vegemite. Okay, put it on real thin. Okay. I usually don't eat toast. I mean, I got a toaster. I used to do those little waffles where you pop in and put it down, but I put it up because I like the waffles, but damn, the syrup was just like, the scale kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And that's right after I quit smoking, so I was like, eating those things because you could get them cheap. I could get the big 24 pack for like $4. So I get those, and then I was having the top ramen and those Walmart burritos that come in like 8 in a pack for $2.50. That's all I could afford at that time, and my weight is like, Jesus, major climb. Hey, Paranormal Voice, welcome. I appreciate you stopping in. If you could hit that like button and kick us up to 32, we'd be at a new record. We got 32 likes. Great, new record. Thanks, everybody. We got a new record. Crusty bread. Okay. I gotta go back and see what bridge I was talking about. All I seen was crusty bread. That could be good, or I'm not sure if it's good or bad. Okay, whoa, we got 33. Okay, rockin'. So, Bridget, can you tell us this crusty bread, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, it says yummy, but oh, okay, crusty bread. So I'm taking crusty bread is toast. Yeah, because you Australians, Bridget. I mean, it's like you got to have different words for all kinds of stuff. Like what was that? That one is like cool drink. Just say soda, Bridget. It's okay. You can be an American for a little bit. You can say soda. Uh, so crusty bread I'm taking is toast. Oh, crusty bread is not toast because I just seen no. Okay. Because I can see your comments as they come up here, but by the time you hear my response to your comments, it's like, hey, Dumpster Dad, welcome. It's like 20 seconds later. Yeah, Bridget's giving us an education on crusty bread and Vegemite. Oh, oh, okay, it's a loaf of bread. Loaf, loaf, crusty bread. Okay, we have loaf. Fuck. We have loaves of bread that are like more like a hard shell than the regular like sliced bread. It's kind of a soft crust, and then we got some that's a little harder. It's kind of like this. They're round, and then you've got some little Mexican breads. Then those little bread trucks that drive around. They're not ice cream trucks, but they sell like cakes and donuts and like Mexican cake and Mexican breads and stuff like that. Vienna bread. Okay, I'm going to ask Vienna bread. Is that like a special thing like from Vienna? Because we got like Vienna sausages. That's why I was just wondering if is it like from Vienna or is it just called Vienna bread like the Vienna sausages? Which are actually the Vienna sausages are just little teeny tiny weenies. They're not really a sausage. Okay. Outstanding. Okay. It's 6:38. Oh, okay. That's right. You're over in the like UK something because it's look up the time here. Yeah, it's like 10:30 here. 10:30 p.m. It's still Sunday. We got 2 hours. we still got 2 hours before it's Monday. So thanks for coming in, Paranormal Voice. Thanks for coming in. You have a good morning and soon to be afternoon. It's 4:35, so it's 6 hours. Oh, PM. Wait, yeah, AM. It's 18 hours ahead. So you're getting ready to click over to Tuesday. So as soon as I hit Monday, you're gonna be almost to Tuesday. Good night, Paranormal Voice. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And I'm probably gonna go ahead. Wow, got 13 people in here still, but I'll go for a little bit more here, and then I have to get back to loading the trailer because I think the landlord's gonna haul it out in the morning. So I need to make sure I get at least the big stuff in there. The stuff that won't fit in the little stuff I can get in the trash can over the next few weeks, but like some of the big stuff. DEA Exotics, welcome. Yeah, we've been going for quite a while here. We had a spirit box session earlier, and the K2 going. We had some trigger objects. I think we got some child spirits we picked up on, so I brought out some toys. Took me out when I went in there. It's like I had to remember where I'd set them, because everything's getting shuffled around inside. On me, I just have a bunch of stuff in here that it's been in the way. It's been in there for years. My daughter's left a bunch of her stuff here and told me that she'd be back in a week or two to get it, and that was 2.5 years ago. Detecting ore beaches. Welcome. So what I've been doing is landlords. I mean, I got some awesome landlords. So she's bringing the trailer over, and all I got to do is fill up the trailer, and then she'll throw some stuff in there and then haul it to the dump. So I don't have access to a trailer anymore. I did when I moved here, but that was my dad's trailer, and we sold that. Oh God, almost 4 years ago. That was the last thing it was used for, is to move my crap from Porterville over to here, and then into this apartment. Okay. DA, yeah, I gotta make sure to keep a watch out for that. Now, when you say exotic animals, what do you mean, like mink and stuff like that, or do you mean like more of the exotic, like, I guess those would be more cryptid, the Bigfoots and stuff? Dogman. I think Dogman and werewolf are two different things. We got, holy crap. We do. I see 35, but yeah, 36. Mine's a little slow. You'll see it before I can see it. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, snakes, tarantula, okay. Now we got this area right here. We don't really have a lot, but if you go 20 miles to the west, and I shit you not, these things are, I mean, they're not huge, but they're like, probably like so, and they stand tall enough where if you're driving down the road, and it's got to be daylight, you really can't see it at night. Try this again. There we go. Didn't get it plugged in right. Now we're pulling off the battery. Okay, now back to what I was saying before I got that little battery. In the daytime, you can look, and it's flat out in the country, and you can actually see them crossing the road, and they're like almost a mile away, and you can see them. You can see them moving across the street. So, they're still a couple inches tall. So, but they're the brown ones. They're not the black. They're the brown ones. Brown tarantulas. Okay, Groovy. Just so you know. I'll go ahead and let you leave it up to this time, but I don't want it to be people to come in and just start asking for support, because then all you have is people pop in for 2 minutes, say support me, and then they leave. Oh, I know. That's why I said I'm going to go ahead and leave it up, old hippie, but yeah, it says Groovy, unless there's another Groovy Blue 18. Well, thanks, DEA. I try to do the best I can. I know I don't have a big budget. A lot of the other channels, they've got nice, expensive microphones. They've got an extra room where they can set up a studio with a really nice camera and a big desktop where they can do the hangouts, and they can bring panels on. But unfortunately, I don't have those kind of resources to do that. I went out and I spent an extra $40 on a phone and got an extra line. That's that's how I do my live stream now. Yeah, And even if you watch my live streams, the way I try to do my videos, try to keep it as raw. And that's the way I do my investigation live streams. Raw. I don't download them and try to re-edit. What you see is what you get, and it's in real time. Even if you go back and watch later, no editing. You don't understand the voice boxes? Yeah, I try to keep it not so much hype. And one thing I will never stand for is when you stage something, or if something small happens, overreacting. And if I overreact, there's something that really got my attention. But I notice that a lot of them, it's like some little something happens, like a paper will blow off a shelf, and they're like, everybody's freaking out, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, come on, dude, really? Oh, Bridget needs a ciggy. The thing is, what kind of fence did you have? Yeah. Oh, notice my antenna's still up. Put that down before it gets damaged. Okay, you just got a voice box or a spirit box. Spirit box, okay. Yeah, just make sure you have protection before you turn. One thing, you're going to want to turn it on and try it out. Don't do it in the house. Never do it in the house. But I'm sure you've got experience in the paranormal, so you have an idea how to use it. I saw one video. It's a father and daughter. They go out and they explore out in the desert. Actually, not far from here. They do it in Nevada and California desert. But they got a spirit box, and I don't know if it was a K2, but they got a spirit box, a speaker, and all that. And they were out exploring, and they're like, hey, we're going to try this. So it's like they take it out of the box, and they're messing with it, and they get it going. And I'm like, uh-oh. Do these guys know what I'm thinking? That's what I'm thinking. Do these guys know what they're doing? And they turn it on. And oh yeah, I get names across. I've even had one where I was at a cemetery, and I was finishing up. I was doing one last thing outside the fence line in the shade, and I finished up, and I went home and I started editing the video, and yeah, I heard my name come across. Somebody said something like, who's that? And then another voice, it's a female voice, says, oh, it's just Greg. And I was like, holy crap, I never told him my name. Why don't you do it inside? Because you're opening, once when you turn it on, you start talking, you are opening a line of communication. And basically, if you open a line of communication in your house, you're inviting spirits into your house. And you don't know. I mean, it could be a spirit passing by. It could be one that's attached to next door, and you're inviting them into your house. So that's why I do mine out here, because there's already spirits out here. So when I'm done, all I got to do is say, you have to stay out here. You can't go in the house with me. But the one that's already a given here. They know you got to stay outside. But this father and daughter team, and they turned the spirit box on, and they weren't getting a whole lot. They were like, spirits talk to us, and nothing was coming over. And so they started agitating the spirits. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's like giving a 5-year-old a loaded pistol. You don't do it. And they're like, well, we're going to drive up here to the cemetery because you guys are weak. You're weak. You could use our energy. And nothing was coming across. It's like, okay, you guys are weak. You're weak. We're going to go up here. And they kept the live stream going as they were driving to the cemetery. And some of you may know who I'm talking about. And I could feel there was 3 spirits in their vehicle with them as they drove to the cemetery. So they already have 3 attachments. But they just, it's not a toy. I was trying to tell them in the live stream. It's like, hey, you guys don't know what you're doing. It's not a toy. You got to watch what you're doing. But they were like challenging, and they were like calling. The dad was like, okay, come on, if there's any demons, talk to us. Come on, get over here. And it's like, dude, shut. I just got off that stream as quick as I could. Let them take their own attachments. They can keep them. Oh, you use yours. Too many Y's inside. Yeah, I never do that. I don't use it inside. I mean, when I first got it, I turned it on just to get the volume and stuff set, but no. Okay. Sounds like an alarm going off somewhere. So detecting our beaches. What all do you go for when you try to find just metal, iron? I mean, I'm sure you try to get gold and silver. Cause I've been watching that Aqua Chigger, and that guy's kind of funny. I mean, he does a lot of metal detecting, but he'll also do like go into caves and stuff. But I like his metal detecting more. It's yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Aqua Chigger, I think. You probably heard of the channel. Oh, you found some that might be haunted? Was this on the beach or like in a older property where a house used to be? Oh, fish lures. Oh yeah, fish lures. Probably hooks and weights. Okay. 'Cause I thought about something like that one time. I thought, it'd be fun to go out and do metal detecting, but I don't know if I could afford the good stuff. I mean, I don't want to go and spend $100 on a piece of crap. when I could spend $100 on equipment doing this. I guess I'm going to have to get some rechargeable batteries because I'm not going to be able to afford to keep up with this, the grid lights. I'll show you something right here. I'll just kind of go there. You can watch that. That's how fast it went. I don't know if you were even able to see it. It didn't even light up, so I don't know if you guys were even able to see it. That's how dead the batteries are. They've been sitting there for a while. And these were brand new. The only thing I got to use this on is the night I did the investigation inside the haunted apartment. And I got maybe, well, I'm going to say it was over 2 hours. Probably 2.5 hours. But it was running constantly. And I had to turn it off before the end. So I don't even think I got 2.5 hours. Maybe a little over 2 hours. And I could see it was fading real bad. So I can't afford one-time use batteries. I'm going to have to get some rechargeables. Oh, a vintage sewing machine. Oh, okay. Like a Singer or something like that. Yeah, that was the night when I think was first contact with Lily, or we got her name. That was the night we got her name, but the K2 was just like going nuts, kind of like it was tonight. It'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden it'd go up, but it just didn't go up to the yellow. It would shoot over to the orange or the red. I mean, that one, and it was like that for almost an hour. It was just insane. It would just sit there, and all of a sudden it would just shoot up to the red, back down, up to the red, down. Yeah. And that's what it was. Is it was like sitting there. It's like, okay, please take it up to the red, and within 10 seconds, it would go back up to the red, or at least hit the orange. But it was like, yeah, I was doing it on command. Ask it, and within 10 seconds, it was like, there it is. It's going way up. It's not just one flicker. It's like going all the way, orange and red. What was it, like a curse? That's probably why it was buried in the first place, detecting. It was probably some cursed item. Yeah, it's probably a cursed item, and that's probably why you found it buried. Somebody said, screw this, and they buried it. And you just happened to find it. It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm probably going to go ahead. Now, there's still 12 people in here, but I'm probably going to have to wind it down because I got to do a few things. I still got to do my laundry before morning, and I got to get some more stuff in that trailer. Get some big items in there that I can't fit in the trash can. And get to sleep before I go to work tomorrow. So I want to thank everyone for coming in, spending your evening with me here. I hope you enjoyed it. So everyone have a good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're at. Sleep well. And until next time, everyone stay safe.